What's up, nerds? Okay, so I'm coming at you late with this story, but I was gonna do it Sunday, but shit happens. Yeah, I went on a little vacation this weekend, so I didn't have time to do it, so I'm doing it now. Anyways, okay, so it looks like that this Green Lantern Max show is going forward, and they've chosen writers. I'm gonna pull up the article in just one second, but I just want to say, out of all the projects that were announced for the DCU, James Gunn's DCU, this one was the one that I was most excited for out of all the ones that he announced. I mean, I do love Swamp Thing. Swamp Thing's a great character and everything, but I was really excited for this one because the way they described it as it was like a true detective, but it was like a murder mystery, but with the Green Lanterns. They did say it took place on Earth and everything, which kind of threw me off a little bit. And then I also read that the murder and then the when they solve everything and they figure it out, it all leads to a bigger DCU thing. And I'm all like, oh, that's great. I'm excited to see what they have in mind. So let me pull up this article. Now, this is from Variety, and they've chosen their writers. And I have to just tell you right now, this part scares me, okay? So here's the article. I'm not going to go through the article. I'm just going to talk about the writers that they have in the chamber and everything. Let me pull myself back up here because, okay, so the first one that I want to talk about is this little bald guy on the front right here. And his name is, and I have a picture of him, his name is Damon Lindelof. Now, if you remember who Damon Lindelof is, you would know that he has done things like The Leftovers, which he was the showrunner for that one. Now, I loved The Leftovers. I thought that was great. It was really, really good. Loved it. Now, he also produced The Hunt. I also liked that one. I thought that was very, very good. He also wrote it, which, again, very, very good. I liked it. So I'm going to talk about the things that I liked and everything, and then I'll tell you the things I didn't like or whatnot. So he did write the screenplay for World War Z, and that had some problems and everything, and I don't know if he's the one that fixed the problems, but he wrote that. And then those are the ones that I liked that he wrote. Now, the stuff that he's written that I don't like, he wrote Tomorrowland, which was a big flopzilla at the box office. That was just bad. And then he also wrote Watchmen, or Wokeman, if you will. And I did not like Watchmen. That's my favorite comic book, and that was like a sequel to it. And did he mess it up. He just added in his wokeism and all that nonsense and his forced diversity bullshit onto us, and it was shit, pure shit. And then if you remember correctly, Damon Lindelof was supposed to do a Star Wars project. Now, he got fired, or he stepped away or whatnot, but he got fired and why, I don't know. But I'm pretty sure it was because he wanted to, whatever it is he's been doing lately, he just wanted to add his little nonsense in there, and maybe they were just like, no, thank you. And he was just like, well, then fine, I'm gonna go. And I mean, I don't know. I don't think Damon Lindelof is going to make me want to see this show anymore. But yeah. So one of the other writers is Tom King. Now, if you don't know who Tom King is a comic book writer who I have to be honest with you, is not all that great. Now, why is he not all that great? Now, I want to talk about Tom King just for a little bit longer and everything. So now he is the writer of the Supergirl Woman of Tomorrow comic book, which is coming out, which they're using as a reference to the Supergirl movie, which is coming right after Superman, which I was all like, wait, what? And everything. Out of all the stuff that was announced, they were just like, we're doing a Supergirl, which I was like, okay. And then she's going to be in the Superman movie, and they cast her and everything, and good for them and everything. But I was just like, I don't know what's going on here. This is some crazy bones stuff here. Now, Tom King, I'm going to talk about some stuff. Now, the Supergirl comic book, it was okay. It wasn't my favorite. But what he's really known for is he wrote Mr. Miracle. Now, I will be honest with you. I did like Mr. Miracle. It really wasn't It wasn't action-packed, which I was like, and it had Doomsday in there. And there were some little things that I kind of liked, but I also didn't like. Like, they were, there was one where Doomsday was at, like, a meeting or whatever, and he was eating out of a veggie tray. And I thought that was funny, but I was like, this really isn't it. And then there's this, also where the female Furies are sitting in a waiting room to hear about Big Barda and everything. And I got what he was trying to say with the comic books with Mr. Miracle and maybe some mental health issues and stuff like that. But I just was like, okay, fine. This was good, but let's move on. The second thing that he did that was good for Marvel was Visions. And a lot of people like Visions. Even I liked Visions. I thought it was pretty good. But he's really after, but overall, I think he's like M. Night Shyamalan. He writes a hit every now and then, like a movie you really like or whatnot, and then the rest of his stuff is just crap. It's pure crap. And he's really famous for doing this long, drawn-out event about how Batman and Catwoman are going to get married. And then right when it was supposed to happen, he pulled the plug on that, and Catwoman ran away. Sorry, I need some libation. And I hated that. I was like, fuck you, Tom King. I'm never reading another thing, which was a lie, because I read his Riddler one day, which was pure shit. It was awful. He's just a crappy writer, and I'm really like bummed and / annoyed that James Gunn brought him on to the writing team. But I'm like, whatever. I'm like, maybe if he sprinkles his little nonsense in there, then it'll be fine. But for this one, I don't have hope, because he doesn't know how to stick a landing. That's the thing. His stuff can be, it's pretty good at the beginning, and you're like, oh, great. And then in the middle, you're like, all right, this is kind of teetering a little off a little bit, but you're like, all right, I'm going to stick with it. And then the ending just sucks balls. You're all like, maybe you should have got some help with this, And that's the problem. All right, so the last person I want to bring up, because Tom King, I'm like, so far, we're 2-0, bad people. Like, I'm just, like, not interested in these people being in this nonsense. But we'll see how it works out. Now, the next one that I want to talk about, his name is Chris Mundy. Now, who is Chris Mundy? Now, he's a producer. He's also a writer. And you'll know him mostly for Ozark. And he took over Ozark as the showrunner and the executive producer on Ozark. And he's done, Ozark is great. I love Ozark. So the Chris Mundy guy, I do have hope with him. But yeah, so I do like this Chris Mundy guy in terms of what he's done so far. So he did do, and he's done a lot of crap that I've never heard of before, but he did do like, Criminal Minds and then the Behavior Unit or whatnot. And he did stuff like that. But then he also did Ozark, which I also liked. Now, he recently worked on the latest season of True Detective, which I thought was fine. It wasn't my favorite True Detective season. That's number 1, season 1. But I didn't hate it. Like, I didn't end watching it thinking like, oh, that was pure shit. And I just go and so I'm because of his Ozark work and the fact that True Detective season 4 was not a complete abortion, I do have faith with him as far as this show goes. Now, will this show be good? That part I don't know. I'm hoping it will be, but I'm not going to hold out hope. I'll tell you that right now. Because, I've just been let down too many times with stuff like this. And, but I do trust James Gunn. I think James Gunn, as far as he goes, I think he's a good writer. I've always enjoyed everything James Gunn has done, except for his trauma stuff. I always say this, except for his trauma stuff, because I never saw it. But the rest of his stuff, if he produced it, like that Brightburn, was that what it was? With that little kid that's like basically Bad Superman, but a little kid. And I did like that, but I do like James. I like James Gunn's writing. I like his comedy. I like his jokes and stuff that he does in his movies, and I like his writing. So we'll see how this turns out. I just don't know if it's going to be good or not. I hope it is, but I'm not going to hold out hope when it comes to these 3 writers, especially Damon Lindelof and Tom King. Tom King just sucks. I'm sorry. I won't pick up another comic book of his. I'll borrow it from somebody, but I'm not going to buy anything else. But let's see how this Green Lantern show starts to turn out, if they get anything going, and who, what the murder mystery is here on Earth and everything. But tell me what you guys thought about this story and this stuff. Tell me what you think about these three writers. You can go ahead and leave all your comments in that section down below. If you like this video, go and hit that like button. I won't mind. If you're new to my channel, please hit that subscribe button. I'd greatly appreciate it. And I'll see you guys on my next video. You guys have a good day. Bye.